Hello everyone, my name is Legend Ronnie and this game is Rise of Kingdoms. Best guide for infantry equipment. This is exactly what I'm going to talk in this video. Just going to be equipment for infantry starting from lower tier up to mid tier and high end tier. And in the end of the video I'm also going to talk about what my plan is going to be for my commanders. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Rise of Kingdom guide for equipment infantry. I'm gonna start with infantry beginner. Going on to the weapons on the infantry beginner, we have the blessed blade, which gives you a sweet 6% infantry health, and with the special talent it goes up to 8% infantry health. Going on to the helm option, you don't really have many options for the infantry beginner. You're probably wondering why infantry beginner, because we all at some point were or will be at the start of the game. So you want to know, like right when you start, we don't have anything, you want to know what exactly you can put on your commanders for a starter, right? So going on to the helm option, it's only iron helm as an availability, which gives you 3% infantry attack with the special talent goes up to 4. There might be a slight option going for the helm of the Phoenix, so you can get infantry health 2%, so you can go up to 3. So you can get a little bit more defensive option, but a little bit of attack wouldn't actually hurt at all. You also have the Helm of Fear, which usually grants cav attack, so it's mainly made for that, but it does give 2% infantry defense, and if it goes with a special talent, it goes up to 3% infantry defense. Personally, I would pick the Iron Helm until later on when you can get a blue quality equipment like the Windswept War Helm. Going on to the chest piece, you have the infantry breastplate. Infantry breastplate, I'm gonna mention later on about it because it's gonna be part of another different set that I'm gonna show you. With the special talent, this item goes up to 5.5 defense, so it's pretty good for the infantry beginner. Going on to the gloves, you have the cloth gloves. With the special talent, is gonna go up to 3% defense. Going on to the pants, as an option, you have the ranger trousers, which gives you 4% infantry attack, and with the special talent, that's gonna go up to 5.5 infantry attack. That's pretty significant attack for just some green quality equipment. Going on to the boots, this is gonna be a little bit tricky. You have Boots of Reverence, which again grants you attack. So this is gonna be the third item that actually gives you attack benefits on the infantry beginner. So if this one goes with a special talent, is 3.5 attack. Options you might have if you want to reduce some of the attack is, like I mentioned, onto the helmet options, you have Helm of the Phoenix or Helm of Fear. Now going on to the infantry beginner +1, this is where things are gonna get a little bit more juicy and a little bit more interesting. As part of the weapons, you have the Gatekeeper Shield. The Gatekeeper Shield got a very significant boost. Infantry health 8%, and if it goes with a special talent, is 10.5. This is going to be another item that I'm going to mention later on, because 10.5 health for infantry, it's pretty significant. Going on to the helmet option is the Windswept War Helm, which again grants attack. And if we look at something else, this one grants attack as well. So where the hell is the defense and health for our infantry? But for the infantry beginner +1, I'm gonna go with the Windswept War Helm 4.5, and if this one goes with a special talent, it's another 1.5 and goes up to 6 infantry attack. Going on to the chest piece option is the Windswept Breastplate with sweet infantry defense 4.5, and with the special talent is going to be 6. Once you have these two pieces, you are going to benefit from the 2 pieces set bonus, so you're also going to get 2% attack as well. Going on to the gloves option, you want to continue with the set from the Windswept, and we have it over here, which gives you infantry health 2.5, with the special talent is going to be 3.5. And something particular that you want to mention or you want to notice about the Windswept set is that it gives you march speed on each and every item, and that's going to be 3% or 4% on each item. 4% if it goes with a special talent. As panties options, what you can go for your infantry, sentry breaches with 6% attack with a special talent is going to be 8% attack. If you want to go a little bit more defensive, it's still the Grease of the Exile, but it's only going to be 4% defense with the special talent. This is probably a pair of pants that everyone can forge almost endlessly whoever has an older account, because we've got plenty of the blueprints from the Sunset Canyon. You'll notice I have 18, but my recommendation is to actually try to stack up some stats, even though it is attack, instead of just going for more defense. But the truth is that for, I don't know, a Richard or a Constantine or a Charles Martel, defense and health would actually give you more benefits. It's up to you which pair of pants you want to go, 8% attack or 4% defense. I recommend Sentry Breaches for the infantry beginner +1. Going on to the boots, this is again another option. My recommendation is going with the Windswept boots, so you can actually complete the set and get the march speed bonus. So once you complete the Windswept set, you get a total of 12 plus 6, that's 16% march speed, which obviously is pretty significant. If you get this with the special talent, there's going to be 20% march speed just from this set. The moment you get to more advanced equipment, you want to keep it for your reinforcement marches. And for infantry beginner +1, it's also the Call of the Loyal, which you can get this from the Lost Canyon, but that's probably going to be on the next KVK. If you're watching this video a little bit later on, probably it already is in the Lost Canyon. And with the Call of the Loyal, that's another 5% march speed. That brings your set to 25 if the set is already with the special talent. And if this item is going to be with the special talent, there's going to be 26.5 total. So that's a pretty significant amount of march speed that you can get on your march with just 4 pieces of equipment and 1 piece of accessory. The next step we're going into is obviously infantry advance. And now things are going to start to get a little bit more juicy. For the infantry advance, there's going to be 2 sets. It's going to be infantry advance and it's going to be infantry advance +1. Because I know some of you out there are going to love the +1. For my infantry advance, I have the Sakura Fubuki, which sweet 13% infantry attack. Going on to the helm option, we have the Witch Lineage with again 8% infantry attack. If Sakura Fubuki goes with the special talent, that's a total of 17% attack. If this one goes with the special talents, it's a total of 10.5 infantry attack. So that's already 27 infantry attack that you can get from 2 items. Then you go into the chess piece and you have Queen's Soul. If it goes with the special talents, it's another 10.5. So that actually can bring you to about 38% infantry attack. So that's pretty insane, isn't it? You go further onto the gloves and you have Set's Brutality. With the special talent, this one goes to about 7.5 defense. Again, that's pretty significant. Starting from the epic ones, things are starting to get very interesting. Going on to the pants option, you have Karak's Humility, which gives you 8 infantry health, and with the special talent is 10.5. One thing I do have to mention about the Karak's Humility is that I don't think I'm ever gonna plan to change them, because any other higher quality equipment, they just don't give health. So any of the legendary infantry equipment that we have, they just don't give health. And my plan for the future is that I'm gonna keep this pair of pants like on any of my infantry marches, including Guan Yu, so I can actually try to balance a little bit the stats. This is something that I like to do on cabs as well. I don't like to just stack attack. Maybe the majority of the stat I do like attack, but on the same time I like to have a little bit of health and I like to have a little bit of defense as well. This Karak's Humility pants is kind of the only high-end equipment that actually gives health, so I don't think I'm ever gonna plan to change them. Going on to the boots, we have the Frost Treads. And this one gives you 5.5, and with the special talent is 7.5. Going on to the trinkets, you have the Delane's Amulet and the Silent Trial. This is gonna be for infantry advance. I recommend this set for Guan Yu. The reason being that is because 3 pieces of the equipment give you attack, and it goes up to 38% attack once you get the special talent on all 3, and that's gonna be pretty significant. What you can actually change on this set in the future for Guan Yu, if you actually want to improve it a little bit, probably get to a better accessory. Get a pendant with more skill damage, so you can actually empower his skill damage, or if ever gonna be accessible, Horn of Fury, or depending how accessible it's going to be, it's gonna be another plus for Guan Yu as well. Much powerful. It's so about the coin. I would rather go with the Pendant of Eternal Night and just pump his damage up. He has 2000 nuke. Why not just add another 5%? And if you do go with that, I would probably keep the Delane's Amulet and replace the Silent. But the plan is Horn of Fury and Pendant of Eternal Night together, if that's ever going to happen. So before I would go into forging like legendary weapons or any kind of other legendary equipment, I would rather forge an accessory like Pendant of Eternal Night, which gives me guaranteed damage. That was Infantry Advanced. Now I'm gonna go into Infantry Advanced +1, and this is something that is gonna sound very nice for many of you. So on the Infantry Advanced +1, as weapon you use the Gatekeeper Shield, which gives you 8 infantry health and 10.5 when it's gonna get with the special talent. As part of the helm option, you go with the Revival Helm. This gives you infantry defense +5, and if you do this specialized for infantry, you get 6.5 infantry defense. So there is actually an item that can give you some defense on your infantry, not just attack. Now if you go into the chest piece, like I was mentioning, there isn't many options that you can actually go with, and you have the infantry breastplate, which gives you infantry defense +4, and with a special talent 5.5. Or you can go with the Wineswept breastplate, which gives you infantry defense 4.5, and with the special talent is 6, so it's obviously 0.5 defense more. Going on to the gloves, you're keeping the set's brutality with the infantry defense 7.5. On the pants, you're keeping the Karak's humility with the special talents 10.5. Onto the boots, you'll keep the frost treads with 7.5, and going on to the accessories, you're obviously gonna keep Delane's amulet and silent trowel. Now this is Infantry Advanced +1. I wanted to call this for my turtleish players, meaning that if you check every single item that I actually went through, they give you only defense or health option, meaning that this is a very turtling type of set of equipment that you can actually put on your commanders. If you actually want to empower this set a little bit more, I would add the coin and Delane's amulet. I made the set with the silent trial and Delane's amulet because it's an infantry advance, meaning that I didn't want to include legendaries in a mix. This is just something that you can progress. Once you get to this part already, then you can progress further with the set. And my recommendation would be for this set, for your very defensive march, Constantine, Richard, Charles, Leonidas, I will go with the coin and replace the silent trial. The previous one, the infantry advance, is highly recommended for Guan Yu, for Alex, for commanders that actually have a lot of offensive capabilities, so you can actually empower that part. If you want to go further with this turtleish infantry advance +1 set, you can change the chest piece once you get the hope cloak, because you have just a blue one, or you probably can use the green one as well, which doesn't actually give you so much defense. And this one, even if it doesn't go with the special talents, is still 12% infantry defense. That can be an upgrade for your set. And once you get to the helmet option, you have the gold helm as well with infantry defense +11, which obviously is going to be a huge upgrade from 6.5. This would be two ways that you can actually empower this set, and with the accessories. Onto the weapon, all the weapons above this blue shield, they give you attack. But if you forge the weapon with the 20% attack and you already have the helm, you start benefiting from the 2 pieces set bonus, which gives another 3% defense. So that can be another option that you can go with, so you can add a little bit of mix into this build. The reason being that is some attack never actually hurts. This is why all my builds that I'm actually doing on my commanders, I'm trying to keep a balance, or a little bit some of each stats, rather than just going heavily on one type of stat. It might just help in very few situations, but in general all kind of stats help all the marches. And even if you want to look into it to back up this theory, you can check Constantine. His expertise gives you 15% attack. Now why would I do that if he doesn't need a little bit of balance as well, and 5 defense, because he already has on his second skill 40% health. You go into the Charles Martel, he has his 4th skill, which gives you 30% counterattack damage. Now why would I do that if they don't want to balance a little bit, so they actually do some damage as well? You go on to the Richard, he has counterattack damage increase, and he has 15% attack to infantry. You go on to Leonidas, and I'm mentioning these 4 because they are the most defensive infantry commander that we have. You go into the Leonidas, he also has attack, he also has a little bit of skill damage. So all these commanders that are very defensive, they also have a little bit of offensive capabilities. So actually having a little bit of attack, I would say that it won't hurt. But for Guan Yu, I would just go with even more attack, because that's his specialty, to just do a lot of damage. But at the same time, like I mentioned, I would keep a little bit of defense capabilities on Guan Yu, like Karak's humility, to have a little bit of health. Now I'm gonna go into the infantry expert, and it's gonna be infantry expert +1 as well. Onto the infantry expert, we have the set, the Eternal Empire set. Yeah. This is gonna be the VIP shop set. The reason I'm saying that is because the chest piece, the gloves, the pants and the boots, you can only get them from the VIP. Exactly. Unfortunately, it says here event. I'm not sure, maybe they will introduce them in the future. But right now we only know that the shield, which is the weapon, can be obtained from Ceroli, and the golden helm from the Golden Kingdom. Pretty fun, isn't it? Golden helm from the Golden Kingdom. This set is kind of made for Guan Yu, so I'm not going to go through the stats. You're going to see on the picture the amount of stats it actually gives, and with the special talents, if you actually ever get all of them with the special talents. This is going to be 26 attack with the special talent, 14.5 defense, 14.5 attack, 10 defense, 14.5 attack, and 10 defense. On top of that, you get 3 defense on 2 pieces, 10 march speed on 4 pieces, and 5 attack on 6 pieces. This is the reason I say that this set is made for Guan Yu, because really march speed you only can benefit on Guan Yu and Alexander, or probably any other skill damaging commanders that will be in the future. If you do the math on the attack that you get from this set, is pretty insane. It's 22, 42 plus 5 is 47, and that's without special talent. Now going on to the accessories for this infantry expert, my recommendation is going with the Pendant of Eternal Night and Horn of Fury. Why is that? Is because skill damage, this is guaranteed skill damage that you're gonna benefit every single time Guan Yu or Alex is gonna do skill damage. And then you have Horn of Fury, which I recommend this for any kind of march and any kind of situation, even if it's garrison, even if it's defensive march, because rage restoration never hurt in any situation. Let's say on a Constantine, how would more rage actually not help Constantine? He's gonna reduce his target's attack more often, and he's gonna pop the AoE with damage reduction. Charles Martel, for example, he's gonna pop more shields, right? Which actually absorbs more damage. Richard is gonna heal more. Guan Yu is gonna do more damage. Alex is gonna pop shields more. So when did actually rage restoration hurt in any situation? No, it didn't. This is actually recommended for any kind of marching, any kind of situation. After that, like I mentioned, for this set, Pendant of Eternal Night is gonna be amazing. Going on to the Expert +2. The Expert +2 is going to be the non-VIP shop set, meaning that all the legendary items, you can obtain them from the events that you're going to have available into the game. As part of the weapon is going to be the Shield of Eternal Empire, because we can get this from the Ceroli Crisis. 26 attack already mentioned with the special talent. The helm option is going to be the Golden Helm from the Golden Kingdom. 14.5 defense with the special talent. Going on to the chest piece, we have the Hope Cloak. We still have hopes. We can get this from Shadow Legion, Tavern, Sunset Canyon, and Larsen Scroll. So plenty of ways where you can actually get this cloak. 12% infantry defense, 15.5 with the special talent. Onto the gloves, we have nonetheless the Sacred Grips. 10.5 defense if this one goes with the special talent. Plenty of ways where you can actually get it. Tavern, the Golden Kingdom, Lesson Scrolls, Islands Ballads, and Temple Guardians. Going further down onto the pants, like I said, for this set, I'm gonna add the Eternal Night. With this one, with the special talents, is 15.5 defense. But my recommendation is keeping Karak's Humility, so you can actually have a little bit of health on your set. Going on to the boots, you have Shire's Return with again infantry defense, and with the special talent is going to be 10.5. Now you're going to see in the picture how much defense and attack is this set going to be, but unfortunately it doesn't have any health because this is just legendary. Going onto the accessories, because this is kind of more of a defensive option type of set. I went with the Scholar's Lucky Coin and Horn of Fury because, like I was mentioning, rage always help in any kind of situation, and because this is kind of a defensive one, it's probably going to be a set that you're going to use in your garrison, or even on the field. If you want to use this set, you want to go with the Scholar's Lucky Coin, so you actually have more defensive capabilities. I recommend this on the 4 commanders that are very defensive: Richard, Charles, Constantine, or Leonidas, or any other defensive commander that will be introduced in the future. Now what my plan is for my Guan Yu in the future is gonna be the following, because I cannot know which fragments I'm gonna get, since I'm expecting that this fragments is going to be random. My orientation is going to be to fix my calves first. So I want to build legendary for my calves first before I'm going to build legendary for any other march. But you never know, maybe I'll get the set or some pieces for archers before I get for infantry or my calves. Probably I'm going to forge that. The shield of the Eternal Empire and the golden helm or the gold helm. This is going to be my plan for Guan Yu. Even though I'm going to lose some attack, I'm gonna be alright with that, but I want to get the set bonus because as an overall stats is gonna be much higher. And this shield, even if it doesn't go with the special talent, is 3% more attack than Sakura Fubuki. But depending on the materials, if I'm actually gonna acquire way more material before I'm even gonna acquire the blueprint, I'm gonna empower him with the Pendant of Eternal Night. That's gonna be my first go-to choice. And if Horn of Fury is not going to be available by then, and if I'm still going to produce so many material by then, I'm probably going to forge a Sakura's Lucky Coin, because any other time I can put this coin on any other march, I can put it on a Garrison in the future, and so on. But these two trinkets, I might go for them if I'm gonna have the materials before I might go for the weapons and just pump more stats. The accessories are really powerful. Once I get the Frost Stress to the special talents, I actually don't see any rush to go for Shire's Return, because if you don't get it with the special talent, you're not gonna feel any kind special with 0.5 defense extra. Going on to the pants, like I said, I want to have some health as well. Karak's Humility, going to the gloves. You're gonna do the same thing. Says Brutality, 7.5 defense to go to what? 8 defense. If this one doesn't go with the special talent, you're gonna have the same problem. You're not gonna feel very special for forging a legendary. So you actually want to prioritize equipment that actually boost your stats a little bit, or actually are gonna empower, or you're gonna feel a difference either on the battlefield, on the rally, or wherever. So that's why when you want to forge legendary, you want to make sure what you're gonna pick. That's why I want to go with the accessories, because there's where I'm gonna actually feel a difference. Going from, I don't know, reducing 10 range to actually increasing my skill damage to 5%, is definitely gonna be an improvement. Or just taking less counterattack damage, which I'm pretty sure is nothing that really high. Probably on a rally it does feel, or in a Garrison situation when there's a lot of action going on, it will make a difference. But once you get Horn of Fury and Pendant of Eternal Night, you're definitely gonna feel a high difference, rather than, I don't know, forging a weapon that gives you 3% extra attack, right? Going from 17 to 20. So that's pretty much about this guide. If you do have any question, you can definitely ask them, but I believe that it was pretty clear everything that I have to say, and I actually give you pretty good options and availability to forge for your commanders. And rest assured that more events are going to come, and we're going to get the blueprints, we're going to get materials. And I'm starting to actually worry that we might have a problem with the blueprints and acquiring blueprints, rather than having problems acquiring materials in the future. That's the thing that I've actually noticed as a recent overall looking into it. Until next time, this is your boy Legionary signing off. Peace out, yo, and take care. Stay safe out there. Don't forget.